describe the identity of this offense right now?
Well, we haven't got anything going. Obviously disappointing today, so got a lot to get fixed.
How did you feel physically coming into it and out of it?
Feel good.
Can you pinpoint if there's a disconnect? Because it seems like Zach, and when we talk to you guys, you have good weeks in practice, and through 4 games, it hasn't necessarily translated to game day. Can you, as the leader of this team, pinpoint maybe where there might be a disconnect if there is one?
Just gotta keep stacking days. Like you said, we haven't put it together yet. But long season. We're gonna keep working every day, keep getting better. That's all you can do.
How frustrating was it after that first drive? Because it looked like you were in rhythm, seeing it well, the guys move the ball downfield, to not be able to keep that going at all or pick up.
Yeah, good first drive. Weren't able to punch it in the end zone. And that's kind of how the rest of the day went.
What changed after that first drive when you guys were in a rhythm?
Just weren't able to find it. Weren't able to find complete balls down the field. Weren't able to really do anything. So got a lot to get fixed.
Is there an attitude that needs to change to go inside the room that you sense?
I wouldn't say attitude needs to change. I would say we just got to execute better.
Joe, you're down as big as you were in the fourth quarter. You're obviously not 100%. Were you lobbying to stay in the game? What was the reward as opposed to the risk of you staying in there in the fourth quarter?
Well, I always feel like we're in it. It was a 3 or 4 score game, midway through the third. So, we were still in it up until really a quarter of the way through the fourth quarter.
Even then, were there any discussions about you kind of taking, so no?
No.
Do you, like, even in those kind of situations, is there a point of pride to say, I want to finish this game?
I would say so.
The ball where they
Go ahead.
say the ball where they ruled it a fumble at first and turned it back to an incomplete. It looked like you got hit on your arm as you were throwing. Was there any discomfort in the elbow after that?
No.
Zach said nothing was good enough about today, said nothing was good enough. Does it feel like the offense is close right now in any ways, or do you feel like you're a long way from where you need to be?
Depends on the day. Today we weren't close. We weren't close to winning the game. So we have been in the past. Like I said, got a lot of work to do.
Through 4 games, does this feel like a playoff team at this point?
Not if we keep playing the way we are. We know we have the capability of being a playoff team, but that's so far in the future. We got to just worry about tomorrow and getting better tomorrow at this point.
Is that frustrating kind of at this point here, given how successful you've been the last couple of years, for that kind of to be a question at this point?
Yeah, whenever you're 1-3, it's frustrating.
Did you get the sense that they were just going to blitz no matter what, no matter the situation? It looked like they usually send it everywhere.
It depended on the down. They blitzed here and there. I wouldn't say they blitzed every play.
Have you been seeing more blitzes this year?
It's tough to say that. Teams are blitzing us every now and then.
What were they doing to make it so hard, so challenging?
Well, they're really good up front. They got good players. They got a good scheme. They had a good plan.
Joey, this group has been so reliable, this offense, you guys know each other so well. What is the most surprising to you about it just not working really in 4 games this year?
We just haven't scored any points.
Do you feel like there's enough variety to your offense to help you in that you're not 100% right now? Do you feel like there's enough in the run game and schematically that you have enough to support what you're going through?
Yeah, we just haven't executed the plays that have been called. Whatever play is called, as long as you execute it correctly, it always has a chance.
Coming off the first drive, were you looking to hold on to the ball for a tick longer and try to be more aggressive down the field?
I pick my spots like I always do. There were points where I tried to, but like I said, nothing was really clicking today.
Joe, how challenging is it to kind of, and how much are you, I guess, fighting your instincts when you're back there? Your instinct would naturally be to take off run or to spin out of something or whatever. Are you fighting that, and is that part of the hard part of what you're going through right now?
It's hard to say. I'm playing the way I'm playing. It's we just got to get better in practice. Got to continue to stack days, get better every day.
When you lose a guy like T and you're in a hole already, how much more challenging is that, knowing that you're down multiple scores and you just want your best guys?
Yeah, whenever T's not out there, we're not as good of a football team. But like I said, whatever circumstance presents itself, you got to adapt to it and make it work.
This group together isn't used to results like this. How do you, as one of the leaders on this team, help manage the emotions that can come with a 1-3 start?
Yeah, we've had rough stretches in the past. We know how to come out of them. We just got to keep chucking away.
Is there a sense, Joe, this should not be happening, and are people angry? Guys inside there angry about it?
I would say whenever you're 1-3, you're going to be frustrated, you're going to be angry, you're going to be, wanting to win games, and we haven't been, and we're not going to let anything like that, come between us. That's how you end up having a bad season. So we've had a bad start. Had a bad first quarter, so we got 3 more quarters of the year to get through and go from there.
There have been instances in the past, well-documented instances, where you go down by 2 touchdowns or more in a game, you get back, up off the mat, flip it around, you go on to win the football game. What's the difference in a day like that versus a day like today when we just weren't able to do that?
Yeah, we just didn't make any plays. Really, in all 3 phases, we didn't make the plays that were necessary to win the game.
I know you said that your career is going to be your whole window, but there were very high expectations for this team because of who you returned and having all the coordinators. Is it puzzling to you that this start has happened?
No, you watch the tape and you see we didn't execute. I wouldn't say it's puzzling at all. We just haven't executed the way we needed to win these games. And so as soon as we fix that, we're going to start winning the games. Like I said, we just got to keep chucking away every day in practice. We're going to continue to get better. Come back next week.
The first series of the game, 3rd down, timeout, 3rd down run, kind of what happened kind of on that stretch? Didn't look like it was the cleanest.
Yeah, we got something that I wasn't quite expecting. So, we called a timeout and then came back and had a light box. So we ran it, thought we were going to be able to punch it in.
Nothing was good enough today for us. Really, we got beaten every phase, and that's up to every player. That's on every coach that we've got. This is unacceptable today, and I got the confidence that we've got everything we need in this locker room to get right, get back on track next week. But disappointing. This is not the expectation that we had going in this game. Tennessee controlled the game really from start to finish. They executed. They beat us in every situation. Hats off to them. They outplayed us today. More disciplined, more physical, and so we've got to step up this week and have our best week we've had yet to get back on track.
Zach, why has it been so hard to get chunk plays offensively?
Yeah, it's for a lot of different reasons, and again, we've had to kind of go the length of the field with how teams have played us. And you got to capitalize on some opportunities when they do try to give it to you. But today, those opportunities really weren't there, and we just didn't play well enough.
Zach, what happened after the first drive when it looked like you had some rhythm, momentum, and then the rest of the game you did?
Yeah, it really, you look at our efficiency on 3rd down was not where it needed to be. 2 of 9, I think it was, and we really didn't put ourselves in bad positions. We were in really 3rd and manageable and just didn't come out on top. They did a good job mixing up some of the looks, bringing some pressures, but that's really, when you're talking about consistency on offense, it really starts and ends with executing on those 3rd downs.
What led to Joe Burrow finishing the game?
Just trying to get back in the game.
Was there any conversation about potentially, rest him at all or putting Jake in at the end?
No, I mean, how much time did we get the ball back with in the 4th quarter?
Like early, like
9 minutes or something, 10 minutes. So we were trying to go down, score, get the 2-point, and make it a 2-score game, and try to find a way to get a win.
What was the decision to settle for the field goal on 4th and 3 on your first drive of the game?
They got a really good low red zone defense. So we went in there, went on to get points on the board, start fast that way, and so that was a decision we made.
Can you put your finger on today? Obviously, Derrick Henry is going to be a tough matchup anytime you face him, but what was going on in run defense?
We do a better job tackling than we did today, I think. And again, you look at the flip side of 3rd down. I know we had 3 penalties on 3rd down, and times where we may have been able to get them off, where they got a chance to extend the drive because of penalties. And so, you look at those can be the difference. So offense executing 1 or 2 more 3rd downs in the first half and keeping our defense off the field and put points on the board and getting some rhythm, wearing them out. Defensively, it's tough when you get a stop and then the flag's out because we had a penalty. that can be a defeating moment. I don't think our guys act defeated when it happens, but it's a time where you can get off the field and all of a sudden they get to extend the drive.
Zach, what do you trust or feel like you can believe in with this team right now, 1-3?
The people, truthfully the people. And, today, whether we lost 27-26 or 27-3, we're 1-3. It doesn't matter which way you slice it. So, again, we got to find a way to get ourselves back on track. We got our first win. It felt good. Maybe it felt too good. Who knows? But we got to find a way next week at Arizona to get ourselves back on track and be 2-3.
Are you surprised at how few answers it seems like you guys have for stuff right now on a day like that? I mean, it's just so uncharacteristic to have a day like that where you just don't seem to have an answer.
Yeah, it just stems back to third down, because every time you execute on a third down on offense, you feel like, all right, that unleashes a whole new set of plays you can run. And extends the drive, gets guys more touches, get your own linemen more rhythm. And we just didn't do that. 2-9, you're not extending any drives. And so everything's got to be perfect on first and second down, and that's hard right now. And especially against that front, that's number one in the league against rush and all the things that they've done, it makes it challenging for you. And so, and then defensively, conversely, just, those penalties that extend those drives hurt us as well.
Zach, what are you seeing or not seeing from Joe Burrow?
I think as a unit, we've just got to play better. Everybody, play calls got to be better. We got to put ourselves in better positions. That starts with me. And when our numbers called, guys got to step up and make some plays.
What can you tell us, Zach, about T. Higgins right now, just for years?
Yeah, ribs. We got to sort through it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure more on that.
Zach, go ahead.
What was your message to the team at halftime?
At halftime, that we've still got an opportunity here. If you remember, we were down 17-0 to Jacksonville a couple years ago and came back and won the game. So there's still opportunity there. A blow you take is when their first drive is 10.5 minutes to start the third quarter. And, that's the downside of taking the ball first is they get an opportunity to start the half with the ball. And really, we had them off the field. We had the unnecessary roughness penalty, I think, on 3rd and 17. Ball was incomplete. We get a penalty, and it extends the drive. So you had an opportunity right there to set the tone the way we wanted to do it. Get the ball back, potentially go score some points, and instead it extended the drive and probably took another 8 minutes off the clock, and led to points for them.
Coming out of the day where you said nothing was good enough and they beat you in every situation, next time you step foot in the facility the first day this week, where do you start?
Well, it starts with the first meeting and the first practice. And again, I've got so much confidence in this team that we're going to respond to this the right way. I've said this in here many years before. It's a long season. And we have to continue to improve. Every single month that passes, you got to see improvement from this team. And so that's what we got to see as we move into October and we go on the road to Arizona. We need to see improvement in all phases of this team. I've really got the confidence that we will because I believe in the players. I believe in the coaches. Again, one of the things we just said, we're not missing anything from outside this locker room. We've got it all in there. We just got to have a great week of practice, be dialed in, and start this game faster when we go at Arizona next week.
Why have you guys struggled against the blitz this season?
I don't know. We just got to be better in all phases.
Questions will keep coming about Joe Burrow's calf, but from your vantage point today, how much more comfortable did you feel like he looked with his calf?
Yeah, I mean, he's doing everything he can. He's playing, he's playing through it, but there's still limitations he's got, certainly, and that's probably very difficult for him. But again, he's getting hit, he's having to move, and he's doing a great job getting up on the next play and responding. You don't feel, sometimes quarterbacks can get rattled by that stuff. You don't feel that from him at all. You feel like the next play is going to be successful, even if he does take a hit. So again, I don't. He's fighting through it, and I'm proud of him for that.
Did you get the sense that they just said we're going to blitz you? We're just going to bring everybody we get?
Well, that was second down. Second down, they were blitzing. Third down, they were blitzing too. So 1st and 10, it was more they were sitting back and playing a little softer. And so again, just they brought pressure. They did a good job executing it, and we didn't.